Welcome, everyone, as we're covering both Jal and Tatum right here on both Tatum Sports as well as Jal Sports. Of course, you can always catch it on HobsAmerica.com. Go to either Jal or Tatum to be able to cover it. But this is Ron Gunter, and we are going to be covering right now. We've got the JV game going on still, which is good. Last couple of times we had to go in early because the game started early. Just letting you know, though, Jal won the last game. I'm not sure exactly where we are as far as score goes, but I know right now it is 8-6. Make that 9-6. Jal in the lead right now in this set. So we have JV school, Jal versus Tatum playing right now. Be back in a moment for the pregame for the varsity game, as that one goes out of bounds. And that one is going to be another Jal point. So we'll be back in just a moment right here. While we have the time, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, starting with Jal. Let's go with Fulco Trucking, Panther Drive-In, EPNS, Woolworth Community Library, Iron Horse Sports Grill, along with Lavelle Insurance Company, and Mamacita's Restaurant. For the Tatum side, it is the Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, also EPNS, covering both of them. Thank you very much for keeping these games free for everybody. Along with Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lasco Construction, and Western States Insurance. Once again, big thanks for everybody who is sponsoring us to be able to keep these free. We are now 11-9, getting closer. Tatum is getting back into it as they are serving right now. That is the junior varsity team. And now it is 11-10. Be back in just a moment for more of the fun stuff. And again, for the pregame of Tatum versus Jal, the Panthers versus the Lady Panthers versus the Lady Coyotes. been a back and forth affair with this game. Hi, I'm Ron Gunter, and you're watching Tatum Sports along with Jal Sports. And right now, Jal has come back, the JV. 14-13 is the score, and this is a timeout from Tatum on the Tatum side. So let's go ahead and say thanks again to the sponsors from Tatum. Talking about Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, EPNS, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, along with Lasco Construction and Western States Insurance. Once again, without them, we would not be able to put this on the air, especially for free. As we enjoy the JV game, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're going to be seeing this afternoon after this game with the varsity teams, as it's going to be coming in. Jal, ranked at 17th, is going to be coming in, visiting. They're 1-4 on district, and they have won only 6 sets versus losing 13. 99 overall for the record, and they've won 1 less than they've lost. 34 wins, 35 losses, and they're on a 3-game losing streak right now in the district. Tatum, on the other hand, is not faring much better, as their last 2 games they've lost. They are ranked number 10th still, and that is because of a 9-7 record, 3-2 on district. And they have won 9 sets. They have lost 8 sets. That's in district. Now they're 1 better in overall. 30 sets won versus 29 lost. Once again, a 2-game losing streak. But the Lady Coyotes do have something coming in here. A 21-game winning streak against these Lady Panthers, going all the way back to 2015. That's the last time that Tatum has lost to this Jal team. And of course it was in Jal. It was 3-2 was the final. Yeah, since 2017, the Panthers have been owned by these Lady Coyotes 36-4. So that means out of 40 games, the Jal Panthers have only been able to win 4 of those games. So it's going to be an uphill road, but this is a Jal team that pretty much took it to them in Jal. In fact, when they played last time, it was a very close game that saw Tatum lose the first set, 25-17. Get back into it in the second game. In fact, actually for the second game, it was down 21-10 before Tatum roared back and was able to get that victory by a score of 26-24. Following that one, it was the rest of the way was Tatum Ladies Coyotes. They owned them. 25-17, final 2 games. Won that match 3-1. So we're going to see if that happens tonight. There's a lot more things to touch upon, like the players and the coaches. For Jal, it is Nicole Sagavia. And for Tatum, it is head coach Tracy Pierce. So we'll be back in just a moment with more of the pregame, as well as you get to watch this JV game for free still. See, score is tied at 16. Be back in just a moment right here, both on Jal and on Tatum Sports. You can also catch it on the HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and you can even catch it on the Facebook page under Cool 95.7. That is the game. Final was 19-17. JV a hard-fought victory, but Tatum, Lady Coyotes, Tatum Lady Coyotes, in the victory over that one over the Lady Panthers of Jal. So 19-17 was the final on that one. And we're going to get some time on the clock to see how much time we're going to get warm-up wise for the JV squad. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It was a nice drive up here. It was really nice weather, even though 91 degrees. I don't really think that's so nice, but here we are in middle of October, near the end of October, and it's still 90 degrees. I remember those days. Looks like it is going to be somebody's birthday, as there's a lot of gifts and everything. Or something's going on anyway for the Tatum side. 20 minutes on the clock, so we're going to have about 20 minutes roughly of pregame, maybe 15. I'm going to go ahead and set for a moment while everybody gets geared up to get started to warm up. Be back right here to give you more of the pregame before the game starts, of course. For those who are joining us, the Tatum volleyball team is recognizing some very special teachers and doing so right now. So I'll join that as their names are being called over the speaker. Too bad those balloons don't carry those packages. But looks like 3 or 4 teachers have been recognized. No, it actually looks like 5. So Lady Coyotes recognizing some of the teachers and giving them some gift baskets. Definitely baskets, so definitely right about that one. As they get the photo op ready. Of course, they can't bunch up, but in any case, I think it's going to work. Did this the other day for a meeting, and everybody was able to catch in. Now they're coming in. Yep, team on the bottom, teachers behind them, and supporting them all the way. So there you go. Hashtag on count 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate, right? Oh, it's 7. All right. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, 7. Not 8. And there you go. Welcome everyone once again to coverage of Tatum and Jal. Tatum Lady Coyotes, Jal Lady Panthers as they go head-to-head. And the Jal Lady Panthers coming in with a 9-9 record, 1-4 in district, while Lady Tatum Coyotes are not feeling much better. They're 9-7 for their season, 3-2, so they have a winning record at least for the district, but they have lost 2 games in a row. Jal has lost 3 games in a row, and both of them are trying to get back on winning track, especially for the district. In fact, Tatum, one of their games they lost against was Eunice. Eunice is basically tied for second place with Hagerman, and we know that Hagerman came in here earlier in the season, and Tatum was able to beat them. But it is Texaco ranked number 2 in the district. In the district, and they have a 5-0 record, 15-3 overall. Eunice not doing too bad, but they are under 500, 8-10 for the season, but they are 3-2 for conference play. Hagerman also is 13th. Eunice was ranked 16th, by the way, for those who are paying attention. That was updated this morning. And Hagerman, ranked number 13, has a 3-2 record for district. And they have an 8-8, so they are at 500 right now for the season. But for Jal, 1-4, and they've only been able to win 6 out of 19 game sets. And so they have 6 wins, 13 losses in sets. And Tatum, once again, just getting by. They lost both of them in sweeps, basically. So right now they're looking at a 9 win for sets and 8 losses in sets. And overall, the last time these two teams played against each other, it was a back-and-forth affair. In fact, actually, Jal was taking advantage. And it looked like for the first time in 20 games, they're going to be able to beat this Tatum team going the first set 25-17. The second one actually was 21-14 or 20-10. What it was for Tatum had a comeback and was able to win that one 26-24. Third game went, as well as the fourth game, went the same way basically, 25-17. Tatum got the lead and just was able to get it put in the books for a 3-1 record, or 3-1 win for the match. Also this season for the Lady Panthers, besides that was their first game in district, so sometimes you lose those kind of things, but at home that would kind of hurt. Then they played Loving. Loving has been beat by everybody as they are 0-5 in district, 2-15. So they have won 1 game since. That's 0-5 and 1-16 in their regular season. They've won 2 sets, lost 15 though, so they've been swept more times. But anyway, Lady Panthers were able to beat Loving. That was the 3-1. So that was, and then they went to Eunice. And the loss to Eunice 3-0, and that was actually in Jal. So they have another game in Eunice coming up in this season. Played Texaco and actually did get a victory out of them with 1, but it was a 3-1 was the final. So they did pretty well getting 1 victory against that Texaco squad. Once again, I told you that was the only loss actually they've had in district. So that was given by this Jal team. That could mean something in this game. They lost to Hagerman also by the same set match of 3-1. Meanwhile, Lady Coyotes, after being able to beat Jal in Jal, were able to come back here and beat Hagerman 3-1 in sets. Get Loving for the sweep as the Falcons fell 3-0. And then they lost their last 2 games, both on the road, first in Eunice 3-0, and then in Texaco also got swept 3-0. Texaco, once again, one of the top teams in the state as well as in the district. Coming up after this game, the next one will be Loving for the Lady Panthers. That'll be Tuesday, and then next Thursday will be at Eunice. So you'll be getting that coverage from the Eunice crew, which is consistent of Jimmy, Recindo, and Charlie. Meanwhile, over on the Lady Coyotes side, next week we'll see them on the road for both of those games. First in Hagerman, and then down the road from them will be in Loving. And, of course, that'll be Tuesday and Thursday, respectfully. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for the rest of this district play. Tatum is poised to get back into it. They still have a winning record as far as both the season as well as district. In fact, there's a three-way tie for second. All teams are at 3-2 right now. The best one that is coming out of this is, I guess you could say it would be Eunice with 9 sets won, 6 sets lost. Next up, you could kind of argue it would be Hagerman because 10 sets won and 8 sets lost. But overall, I think Eunice has the slight edge, especially for winning, the last 2, or at least it seems like they've won a couple of games in a row. Looking at these lineups, they look like they can definitely handle their own. As last time around for the kills, let's start off with Jal. Not very many kills. In fact, there was only 5 for Natalie Riviera, who is a freshman. Abigail Darden, who's also a freshman. And they have a young team too, by the way. We'll talk about that. And Anissa Herrera, which is a senior. All 3 of them had 5 kills. That was after 9 attempts from Riviera. Darden had 10, and Herrera had 15. So kill percentage not as good, but still overall, the team had 23 kills out of 65 attempts. So, yeah, again, about 35%. Want to see better, but, sometimes you get what you can. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tatum started off slow, but they got better much quicker, or much faster anyway, as it was 34 kills for the team. Avery Hennard was in for the junior. She had 12 kills. Sydney Rice, a junior, was second with 10, and she's always trying to kill it over in the corner. Even though she had a low percentage, she had 35 attempts and only 10 kills. Meanwhile, Villa Senior had 8 kills off of 34 attempts, so she only had about a 23.5. Overall, 23.8 kill percentage for the Tatum Lady Coyotes. And like I said, Jal had a 35.4, so they had a better kill percentage, just didn't have as many attempts. And that is what happened. In fact, actually, it was 143 attempts for Tatum versus 65 for Lady Panthers. And who knows who's going to play anything different. Maybe they're going to go the same way. Like I said, these two teams are tough against each other, but it has been Tatum that has ruled the roost as far as the last few games, 20 to be exact, 21 actually to be exact, where Tatum has won against this Lady Panthers team. And let's talk about the last game that both of these played. It was Hagerman. Jal played them. First game went 25-15. Jal lost that one. Jal was able to get the second set, 25-22, so that was a close game, but Jal was able to pull it out. But then Hagerman just kind of put on the extra pressure on him, and Jal was unable to get any more wins and sets. As the third set went 25-17, and the fourth one was 25-20. Meanwhile, once again, like I said, Texaco went all over. The Lady Wolverines did a beating on Tatum. Tatum Lady Coyotes may have been in it at some point, but not by much. 25-16 was the final in the first set. Second game went 25-16 again, so duplicate. Third game, Tatum was able to score a couple more, but not very much, and it was ending 25-19. Texaco on top for the 3-0 win of that match. Yep. Since 2007, 40 games have been played, 36-4, and that is all Lady Coyotes. And I believe it was the last time that Jal won in Tatum was 2015, but I do know that, no, they never won in Tatum, that's right. But I do know that they broke that streak of 21, or ended it, well, it was a streak before, and then before they started the 21 now. So that was 2015 was when the last game that Jal had won against this Tatum team. So once again, if Jal can pull it off, of course they'll be back into district play at 2-4. Won't be a great record, but at least they'll have a chance to be able to get in the playoffs and give them a better opportunity. And of course, it'll also keep them above 900. In fact, 500, and that'll be the first time in a while that Jal has been above 500 in the season. Still doesn't take Tatum out of the 500. We'll put them at 9-8, and 3-3 on the record for district. But I think both sides are going to play this one very competitively. I don't expect that the first set is going to dictate who's going to win this match. Like I said, last time Tatum lost the first set and was able to get back into it and win it. Jal, though, was very competitive and just a few mistakes, and that lost him the second set. And I think that pretty much made up for the first set as far as them dominating. Jal did anyway, and Tatum was able to get back into it, take the reins, and just lead it into the victory for the Lady Coyotes. Got 7 minutes remaining on the clock as they are continuing to warm up. Of course, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance and the starting lineups, as well as the lineups to be introduced. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll talk about that, too, about the lineups of both sides. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it right now, because you never know when that anthem is going to come up. Start off with the Jal Panthers. Once again, 9-9, 1-4 in district. Head coach is Nicole Segovia. Got your player number 1 is a sophomore, Arena Acosta. Natalie Riviera is Riviera. Yeah. That is a freshman. She is number 2. Number 3 is an 8th grader, Kaden Lujan. Number 4 is a senior, Alexa Talavera. And then you have number 5, senior. And that is going to be Valeria Acosta. So already we have 2 Acostas on the lineup. Number 6, sophomore, Charisma Rodriguez. Number 7, freshman, Abigail Darden. Number 8 is going to be sophomore, Olivia Ramirez. And then number 9 is going to, actually number 10 is going to be Amalia Melancombe. Number 11 is going to be Peyton Lujan. That's a freshman. There's 2 Luhans, Caden and Peyton, so I'll be calling them Lujan. Or actually, no, I'll be calling them by the first name, Caden and Peyton, respectively. Isabella Cohurst is number 12. She's a sophomore. Anicia Herrera is number 13. She's a senior. And last but not least, senior number 16, Yami Lujan. That is all Jal's squad right there. That's their lineup. Lineup for Tatum, the Lady Coyotes, they're at 9-7. Again, 3-2 on the district. Looking to get a victory. Both sides have a losing streak going on. Tatum with 2 losses in a row. So we're going to go back to Tatum and say that's number 1, Gwen Hernandez. She's a junior. One of the captains, Aubrey Young, number 2. Of course, she's a senior. She's been playing for a while. I believe she's been playing since she was in 8th grade. Avery Hennard. Avery Hennard is going to be number 3. She's a junior, so she has 1 more year to play. Number 4, sophomore, Alaya Deloy, I believe that is. I don't think she's actually played lately, but she may play tonight. Number 6, junior Allison Dixon. Number 7 is going to be junior Sydney Rice, and she's usually in the corner setting up for a kill. Ava Slover is number 8. Probably recognize her from the football games. She is a senior. This is her last year, along with Adam. In fact, they are the crew that give you the football games most of the time when they don't, when they're all there. Let's see, after Ava is going to be Isabel Ramirez, number 9. She's a freshman. Yeah, they have a pretty young team, too, although they do have 5 seniors on this side. Karen Balon is number 10. The other captain is Luann Villasenor. She is also a senior. Darby Tucker is a senior as well, number 12. And finally, Brandon Young, the other Young, besides Aubrey. She is a junior and number 14. I don't think I've seen her play too much this season either, but you never know what's going to happen with these games. So there are your lineups on both sides. Once again, let's go ahead and thank the Jal sponsors. Full Coat Trucking, Panther Drive-In, EP&S, Woolworth Community Library, along with Iron Horse Sports Grill, Laval Insurance Company, and Mamacita's Restaurant. Thank you very much. Once again, without you guys, we would not be able to put these on the air. Definitely not for free. Back in a moment after we get the national anthem. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It should be happening pretty soon as the warm-ups continue, and we'll be back with some action right here, both on Jal and on Tatum on Facebook, on the Cool page, and even on HobbsAmerica.com. You can catch us either on Jal or on Tatum. It won't matter. It'll be the same feed. You'll get all the action right here. Welcome back, everyone. They had the introductions as well as the national anthem and a prayer. Welcome, as we're about to get underway right here. Once again, Tatum Lady Coyotes coming in at 9-7, 2 losses on the record so far for their loss streak. 3 losses for Jal as the Lady Panthers come in, 9-9 though, so they're still at 500. 1-4 for the district, 3-2 are the Lady Coyotes. Lady Panthers have lost 3 in a row. They would like to get out of that skid, be able to get 1 in a row, but also have a skid of 21 games against this Tatum Ladies Coyotes. So it should be interesting to see if they can get them both broken at the same time. Of course, we have coverage tomorrow for both Tatum and Jal. Tatum Coyotes are going to be going to be at home hosting the Melrose Buffaloes, while Jal also is going to be at home versus the Eunice Cardinals. We'll be talking about that later on, but right now we're going to get underway on this volleyball game as it gets started, 0-0 of course. And it looks like it's going to be Jal serving first. I think that looks like it's going to be Acosta, who sends it into the net. And already we have a 1-0 game as everything starts. So that's no service for Jal. And back over to home. 1-0. It was a nice serve by Tatum. Goes over to the other side and gets set up. And will be delivered. Jal, though, right on it. Like I said, these are going to be 2 tough teams. They're going to go back and forth like this, I am sure. That time, though, looks like it was a kill that just didn't quite make it for Tatum. Jal, on the other hand, gets a nice soft one across, but does not fall. And that Yami Lujan is playing pretty well so far for Jal. That one may have gone out, but was touched by Tatum, as that was also another kill, but did not quite make it for Tatum. Tatum back up again, setting up for the 3rd shot, kill. And this time it is set up and delivered. That time, that was Gwen Hernandez for a 2nd point. See, it's already going to be a long night if they're going to continue rallying like that. But once again, looks like it is Isabel Ramirez serving. She's the freshman for the Tatum school. Yes, that is going to go back across, but too hard. That was just delivered too much. That looked like it was off the hand or the fist of Avery Hennard. And now it'll be back over to Jal. 2-1 is your score, as you see. And that one, yeah, she got too high, and by the time she was coming down, she hit the ball. And that caused it to hit the net. That was delivered by the 8th grader, Kaden Lujan. So still inexperienced, but she's still on the team. She's got to be good. 3-2, and now back to the home side. Tatum gets that up and floats it just nicely. Looked like that was a nice try to get that dig, but could not get it. And that was Sydney Rice. Yep, she's always around the ball. Just couldn't get it that time. And it goes back over to serve for Jal. Hits it across, but yeah, she recognized it was too hard. Aubrey did, and Young doesn't go for it and does go out of bounds for another point. Goes back to Tatum. In fact, it's going to be Luann Villasenor to deliver the serve. Does get across. And it's going to be hit again, that time by Natalie Riviera. Jal playing strong so far. But that one gets blocked. That looked like it was Sydney Rice who blocked that one. So another point for Tatum. Lady Coyotes are up 5-2 right now. And once again, serving is going to be Villasenor. Quickly back to the Tatum side as it gets set up and delivered, and that's going to be it. Just a little bit too enthusiastically for Avery Hennard. Good try, though, and looked like it was going to be, well, actually it did look like it was going to be hit over. She just put too much into it, and Jal just backed away, watched it sail across. So, 6-2. No, 6-3, sorry. 5-3. I'll get it right. Scoreboard is right, and that's all that matters, as Jal has served. Gets it back across to the Tatum side and is set up. Looks like another kill that did not happen for Tatum. And push back over. Yeah, that was Bailon who got that over and ends up winning that one. Jal did. So Lady Panthers down by 1 in this early going in this first set. As it is now DeLeo who is able to get that one a nice ace and pushes it out. 5-5 is the tie game, first set. So far as DeLeo is going to serve it again, see if she can get the same results as Tatum is set. And that one's going to go over just a bit too hard, unfortunately, but one serve and did get a point. And that's going to be going back to Lady Coyotes. 6-5 is the score. As that one was hit nicely. In fact, it's almost ricocheted back. Jal able to rescue it, though, and get it running forward. And that is Sydney Rice, who did end up getting the kill on that one for a point. And it is going to be Caden Lujan, also the 8th grader. So both the 8th graders have served at one point on each side. This time around, it goes in to the Jal side. Push back, needs to go forward. It did. And that is going to be blocked. That looked like it was Malicon, Jal, who blocked that one a little while ago. Well, that one is set up. That's 2. One more hit, and does get a cross back over to Tatum. Tatum needs 2. That's 3. I thought that was 3 anyway, so it wasn't counted as 3. And ball is still alive. Back to Tatum's side as there was a little confusion, but did get it across. See, those kind of points are very nerve-wracking to both sides. Looked like that was blocked, though, this time around by the Jal player. And that is 13. I don't have 13, but I don't know how I missed that one. But nevertheless, Tatum does get that victory. Does go over. And I think it was touched by a Tatum player, so yes. So they're going to go back over to Jal. 8-6 is the score right now in the first set. And that is delivered nicely by Herrera. Goes back over. Herrera does get it back to Tatum. Tatum's side gets the second hit. Third one against Sydney Rice. And that is going to go off a player, I thought. Maybe not. Nope, it isn't. It's going to be out. Just hit too hard from Rice. She tends to do that occasionally. She gets a little overpowering. And now it's a 1.87 lead for Tatum. That time it was set up for Tatum's side. Unable to get it. In fact, Tatum once again unable to get that one off the ground or before it hits the floor at all. Serving for Tatum once again, serving for Jal once again is Herrera, the sophomore. As that is set up by Aubrey and put over. Jal doing its own setup and gets it over the net as well. Sydney Rice able to get it, but not a kill, but it does get back to the Tatum side. Push back over by Tatum and Villasenor. They did as a back and forth, but this time around goes out of bounds. Jal tried to get it, but just could not, as that was off the hand of Alexa Talavera. Very good effort, though. She tried to get underneath it, but just could not. 9-8, back 2. And that was a quick one and done, as not only does Dixon come out after that service, but coming in looked like that was Aubrey Young. So back to 9-9. Is that time? It looked like it went and hit the net. It's a net violation. (10-9) now. As once again, the service coming from Melancone. And it's going to be a do-over, looks like. Nope. 11-9 is the score, though. Melancone brings it in again. It is set up. Looks like Rice on the other side is going to kill it. And now it's 11-10. So back and forth we go once again. This is a close one. Going to check the runs, but so far it has been evened up. Looks like that is going to be Sydney Rice delivering that one. Got it in there and back over to Jal. Set up for a nice one, but not a kill. So that is just pushed over without being able, having to go over the line, the middle line. Ooh, nice delivery, but Tatum unable to do it. However, that is going to be a net violation. Did go over the line. That was unfortunate for Abigail Darden. She looked like she had played it well, but she did step over the line, so that will be another point for Tatum. 11-11 is the score. Sydney Rice is going to go ahead and deliver again another service. And that was going to go into the net. Unfortunately, sometimes you try to do too much, and she didn't get the right angle. So it did go into the net completely and goes back over to Lady Panthers. This time around, it's going to be Abigail Darden. And that is going to be, looked like it was long, but maybe not. And there's a substitution as well. As coming in, it's going to be Isabel Ramirez. So it did go long. Point for Tatum. And Tatum serving. And the new sub is coming in and just served. And it's going to be across for Tatum back again. Back to Jal. Jal is going to serve it up. Oh, just get it over there. And that's going to be a little hard and wide. And no. Unfortunately, that happened to be off of Gwen Hernandez's hands, and that goes out of bounds, which will be a Jal point. Jal gets the service again. This time around, it'll be Kaden Lujan once again serving. And a nice stop by Tatum. Going to see if they can get that over, and yes, they do. But Jal has plans of their own as they get it back across. Sydney Rice is able to stop that one. Aubrey able to get it back for Tatum. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to be a nice one. Oh, yeah, they still have it alive for Jal. As this time around, that was Herrera who was able to get it back across for Jal. Back again, though, and this time Herrera is unable to get it. In fact, I thought she hurt herself for a second, but no, she had to go too low to the ground. Didn't have the right angle anyway. And so Jal loses service on that. Back to 13-0 for this game, as it is going to be Aubrey Young who's going to serve this one. And see how that looked like a nice ace almost, but it got caught and will be short for Jal. But that was off of Yami Lujan. She hit it first initially. And Aubrey Young, once again, this is her second service. Nice one once again, Yami. We're getting that one off the ground. Tatum, though, able to get that, but it does go long, looks like. And that was hit by Avery Hennard. And no, actually, I guess it was off of one of the Jal players. Didn't see which one, but will continue to be Tatum. So that's two services that Aubrey has been able to do. Here's the third one, and that one goes into the net. Unfortunately, that's one of the things. If you serve more than a couple of times, you tend to either underhit or overhit. And that time it was underhit into the net. And that will go back to Jal. Jal with Yami serving that one and getting the point. So back to 15 all. Yami Lujan able to retain service. As that one goes to Ross, Sydney Rice hit it, and looks like a dribbler, but still an effective one as it goes across over the net. And no, actually, I guess, yeah, that's right. And let's see, that was Hernard who hit that one nicely, or actually probably went off her fist just a little bit, but still was able to score. And so did that one. Actually, that one went off of Arena Acosta's hand, the freshman. So she didn't hit that one quite as she wanted to, and it goes back again for service, second service, this time for Villasenor. Villasenor able to actually dig that one out. And looks like it's going to be another set. No, actually, she had a chance to be able to kill it, but instead just pushes it over. That was Arena Acosta. And that's a nice victory. So it is 17-16. Jal has the ball now. And this time around, it is going to be Talavera to serve. That is dug out and going to be, didn't have to actually. But unfortunately, a net violation. Could have been one of those situations where Tatum got a freebie. But instead, unfortunately, it is a lane violation that gives the point to Jal and continues with their service. Back again, a nice delivery, almost an ace. As it is set for Jal. And back over to the Jal side. Continues to try to get it, but that was a little hard, little hit too hard again. And one of the players for Jal that has been hitting the ball a lot, Caden Lujan, has been there ready to do whatever she can to get those wins. That one was Hennard who served it. It looks like nobody could get to it after that second hit. They were barely able to get to it after the first and second. So a nice delivery for Hennard to be able to get that victory. 19-17. And another great serve that goes outside. Unable to get it was Talavera. So it goes out of bounds, and that will be a timeout called by Jal. Good timeout called. And we will take one with them as it is now 20-17. Be back in just a moment. All right. That break is over. That timeout for Jal as we get back into it. Tatum is still serving. Hernard is going to serve this one. Does so. Gets it across. And it is set up by Jal. Jal gets it back across again, and Tatum ready there. Has tried to push it across, but did not. But looked like that was nope, that wasn't Sydney Rice, but was able to get it across. That was Lujan Villasenor. And Tatum unable to capitalize on the possession of that one as it hits the ground floor. 21-17. Once again, Hernard being able to get that one past. But Jal able to get it over the net, setting it up. And that one was a kill. Looked like that was for Dixon. And another point, 3 more, and that'll be the first set. So we're 3 away from set point. As it is once again, Hennard who delivers another serve. Just off the hands of Darden, Abigail Darden, the freshman. Tried to get it across. It was blocked, couldn't get it back again. And now we are 2 points away from the first set. Once again, that doesn't mean that Tatum will have an easy one because so far they've been fighting. Both sides have been fighting very hard. That one gets across. It looked like it was Lujan, Peyton Lujan, who got it past two defenders. And now will be serving for set point. As that one goes off. Looks like that was set up by, nope, that was blocked actually by Herrera. Also, Darden was in there a couple of times trying to get it set up over there, but did fight off the point. And now has served back to Jal. As it is going to be. All right. So that is the end of the first match, or set. Sorry, set. I keep forgetting about that. 25-18. And Tatum winning on that side. Come back in just a moment, and we have about a 2-minute break. So we will give you the sponsors here in just a moment. Just give me a second, and I'll be back here on Cool 95.7 Facebook page, as well as HobbsAmerica.com. All right, we are back, and we want to thank our sponsors on both sides, for starting with Tatum. Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, EPNS, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lasco Construction, and Western States Insurance. For the Jal side, it is Full Coat Trucking, Panther Drive-In, EPNS, Woolworth Community Library, Iron Horse Sports Grill, Lavelle Insurance and Company, as well as Mamacitas. Thank you very much on both sides. Once again, without you guys, we would not be able to give this to you for free. So we do appreciate you watching as we continue on. 1-0 is what we've got set-wise. And that one did go for a while. It was back and forth until about the 17 mark, and then Tatum kind of pulled away. But that one was won 25-18 for the first set. So Tatum has won 10 now, 10 sets, and Jal has lost 14 sets for the district play. But again, I expect to see this one go almost the distance. It could, because it depends on the way the ball bounces. Jal could make this one very competitive in Tatum country. In fact, this is Big Red, they call it, Tatum High School. So they always say, go Big Red. So we have about 30 seconds to go before this gets back underway again. One of the players you got to watch on both sides is, well, on Tatum's side is Avery Hennard. And for Jal, I would imagine it would be Yami Lujan. She gets all those digs. In fact, she's had 14 digs in the last game against Jal. She had 4.7 digs in a set. That's pretty good. Better than anybody on the Tatum side. But Tatum, last time they played, these two teams played in Jal, had more opportunities to make kills. They had 143 attempts, 34 were made, while Jal had 65 attempts and only 23 were made. Had a better percentage, though. So just sometimes the numbers do make a difference. Back to action. And it looks like this time around it will be Tatum serving. So let's see. Isabel Ramirez, the freshman, is going to start off first. And we just got the signal to get these things started. As it does get delivered across. Jal, though, unable to get it across for a block. That looked like Hennard. In fact, once again, Tatum able to get it across. And that was Lujan, Lujan, to start off that rally for Jal. Unfortunately, that was hit, but not in the right spot. And that means that Tatum will lose that point. Looked like it was, Gwen Hernandez, who lost that point. It will be 1-0 and 2-0 already. Nice service, if you can get it. Of course, that is by, let's see. No, actually, I guess it was out of bounds. I thought it went right, but just watching the player. So 1-1, tied up, and Aubrey Young hitting the ball. Got it right into Herrera. Herrera able to get it back across to the Tatum side, and that looked like it was Hennard who hit it. Was able to get the double after it hit off the defender, and turns out that it is Tatum who got that point. So once again, Aubrey Young able to deliver another service. Here it comes. Able to get it over Herrera. Herrera, unfortunately, wasn't getting any backup from her teammates. And that one finds the net for 3-1. Aubrey Young kind of dwindles a little bit after a couple of serves. Maybe she'll get a couple more. She's already had 2. See if she can do that again. And there we go. Dug it down was Herrera, and unfortunately that is an ace as that one sails out of bounds and unable to play. So nice ace by Aubrey. And now we have a timeout on the floor. No, saying no timeout. Let's see, do the hustle. That's what I know it as. And we're going to continue play. 4-1 is the score. Young going to serve again. Hopefully she will make it out of the net. And she does. Gets it across. And that was to Yami. And that one hits the net. Oh, that's 4 hits. 4 hits. So that will be a point for Tatum. So Aubrey Young once again delivering. And that one goes into the net. So she did pretty good. She had 4 points on her. So she served pretty good before it went to the net. Sometimes, like I said, that ball gets heavier as each and every time you try to hit it. It's pretty much for everybody, it seems like. And that is going to be Hennard. Nope, that's the wrong one. And that one goes off of the server's hands. Lujan. And back to nobody can get to it. So Jal one and done on that service. So it goes back over to the Lady Coyotes. Quickly on the line and serving is, that's a nice one by Villasenor. And that one was hit twice. So that was a point for Tatum as Jal hit it twice. Villasenor once again with another serve, second one. And that was nicely hit. In fact, that one might go out of bounds, and it does. So that would be a nice point. Thank you to Herrera for killing that one for Jal. So that service didn't last very long for Villasenor, just 2. As it goes back again, and it's going to be looks like a point for Jal. Yep, Yami Lujan, second serve. See if she can get Jal back in this game as it does touch the net. Throws the ball off a little bit. In fact, it one hit off the hands of Captain Villasenor, and could not recover after that. So Jal slowly creeping into this one again. 5-7 for them, as Adam would say. And that one goes right off the hands of Henard. Getting back to Tatum and puts it over to the Jal side once again. Back up and pushed. Hit twice, though, unfortunately. Looked like that was a nice delivery, but Olivia Ramirez may have touched it twice. In any case, 8-5. And looks like it's going to be Henard up again for service. So, yeah, this side, this is a game that is once again slowly developing on both sides, each of them trying to get some runs and not able to, but very competitive on both sides. I had no doubt about that one. As this one goes in, looks like it's going to be delivered and set up, and see, it looked like that was Melicon. It looks like they changed that one a little bit. Yes, indeed. Nope. It was Tatum. Thought that went out of bounds, but it did not. It was safe. It was in. And Henard, once again, that looked like an ace as well because it hit right off the hands of, once again, Lujan, Caden Lujan. Just could not handle it for another ace. And here we go once again. This time around, it was Lujan. This time around, Lujan. Yami, that's right, Yami. And luck runs out for Tatum as Jal gets that point. Didn't see who it got off of, but just able to get it out of the net. And now we're going to see another server this time around. It's going to be Talavera. Just too long, and looked like both sides having some difficulty with that one. But yeah, Tatum definitely was going to try to hit it, but noticed it was going out of bounds and watched it sail out of bounds. So smart move this time around. It is going to be Dixon, Allison Dixon. Oh, nice touch over, but Jal kept it alive. Once again, Tatum be able to hit it, and this time it is set up, but far hit too high. Yeah, you could see it as soon as it left her hand that it wasn't going to be fair at all. And that was for Abigail Darden. She is a freshman. So 12-6 is your score. As this time around, delivered too hard for Tatum. It looks like we have a substitution. I know coming out is going to be Dixon. And that was Herrera who delivered that service for Jal and does get the point. 8-12. And it is Herrera once again delivering another service, this time just inside. Able to deliver and set was Sydney Rice. That looked like a nice kill as it went right off the hand of Talavera for a point. That was for Tatum. Tatum gets the service once again. Looks like it's going to be Slover. Ava Slover getting it over. And back over to the Jal side. Jal gets it back over, and Henard hits it. Slover able to, nope, she had a chance to be able to get it back over, but hit the net instead. And Tatum loses service. Back over to Jal once again. This time around, it's going to be Melicon to serve. Takes a step up. It's a right to Aubrey Young. Aubrey is set up by Henard. And it is delivered back over to Jal's side. Jal pushes a little bit, tries to get it up, set up so they're not out. But unfortunately, Riviera is unable to get it across the net. Hits the net for another point for Tatum. 14-9. Delivery set, looked like a nice one. Jal able to recover and get it back across over to the Tatum side. Aubrey Young And it gets set. Almost gets that victory for Villasenor. Once again, Hennard able to hit it across and get it past Rodriguez. Charisma, the sophomore, couldn't get that blocked. As it is now 15-9. Tatum starting to get into the lead on this one and take control. Another one served by Villasenor. And Aubrey Young on the Tatum side be able to get it. Villasenor setting it up, and that was Hennard who got the push over. And once again, that's the second time in a row at least that Natalia Riviera unable to get anything done after getting it hit to her. So it goes into the net 16-9, but Jal still has plenty of time to be able to get back into this one. But that one is going to go out. So a little bit of miscommunication on that one as well for the Jal Panthers, the Lady Panthers. 17-9. Seen this one though last time though, second game, and it was Jal who was ahead 20-10. Tatum was able to come back and be able to win that one. So it's still anybody's ball game as we have a timeout on the floor. And like I said, 17-9, but Jal still has plenty of time to be able to get back into this one for certain. Takes a little bit more time to be able to serve, I know that much. Yeah, it was last time that these two played, Jal had a lead 15-7. Then it went to 17-8, 19-10, and then 20-10 before Jal took over and was able to get that one 26-24. Winner will improve their record. Let's see if it's Jal to be 2-4. And that's another serve for Tatum. Tatum gets it back. Jal actually did a really good job that time of adjusting. Riviera was able to do that. And that is going to be, it's like long. Nope, it's going to be another point for Tatum. Thought that went out of bounds, but instead it is touched by a Jal player. So 18-9, got that backwards. That one does sail out of bounds. Once again, one of those situations where you serve too long and something happens. You overshoot it, undershoot it, something. 18-10. Back again, are serving for the Jal Panthers. Nice one, but Jal is able to recover. In fact, that was a net violation. So that hit didn't count. I was going to say, nice recovery for Jal and for Natalie Riviera. And that one did go out of bounds. So back to Tatum again. So quick delivery, just couldn't get enough points. Maybe on the next try, it's Aubrey Young tries to match what she did last time. Gets her first serve across. And it goes beyond what Jal wanted to. Yami Lujan wasn't able to get it going forward. It got bounced off of her and ricocheted, or as Adam would say, shanked it. And that is going to be a point for Tatum. 20-11, Tatum in the driver's seat. Aubrey Young serving as Jal tries to set it up. Gets a nice delivery and a kill by Cohurst. Didn't look like it was going to quite make it, but she made the most of it and got it back to Jal's side. As we have a 20-12 game, Jal still has a moment or two so they can get back into it. As that one is an ace delivered by Kaden Lujan. Well, she's an 8th grader. Amazing, right? So 2013, a few more of those, and Jal is back in this game. 21-game losing streak, though, against this Tatum team. Haven't won in over 40 games here. Well, more or less. I mean, of course, they played every other game here. As that was set up by Herrera. Get it back over to Tatum. Tatum gets it back over again, thanks to Villasenor. Villasenor sits it up. Now it's going to be Hernard. Hernard gets it back over to Jal, and Jal gets to see Herrera. hit the ball for Jal. Back over to Tatum. Tatum back over to Jal. Jal back to set up again. Off a little bit, and yep, this time around tried to hit it with one hand. Didn't have the angle, and that was Charisma Rodriguez. Just not the right spot for that one-handed hit as it sails right down for a point for Tatum. And now we have Villasenor once again delivering the service for Tatum. And they're on 2 hits, one more, and that is going to be Villasenor who hits it across. Back to Jal. Jal is going to punch it across, and Villasenor is able to reach in and get it out. And that is going to be hit too hard, unfortunately, by Henard. And Jal gets service back and the point as well. Doing pretty good so far, as looks like it's going to be Rodriguez coming out, Charisma Rodriguez. Didn't see who went in, but it will definitely be Yami to serve for Jal. As Yami actually hits that one second hit, and then Jal's hoping to get it across. They do, thanks to Malicon. Once again, set up for Malicon, able to get it across. No, that wasn't Malicon, that was Herrera. But it is back and forth between these two teams, and Herrera able to get it back to Tatum's side. Set up for Sidney Rice, and hits it too hard. And that is going to be 21-15. Once again, these two teams battling it out, getting every point, deserving every point. And that was a dig out again. Blocked on both sides. Looks like a net violation from Dixon of Tatum. So it will be 21-16. 5-point game for this second set. First set was won by Tatum, 25-18. This one's going to be closer, as that one was hit out by Henard. Sidney Rice tried to get it. Looked like it was about to sell out, but instead it was hit by Yami. And, a diving effort and great one by the Tatum girl. And that was Ramirez, Isabella Ramirez. And unfortunately, that was Herrera who tried to stop it for Jal and unable to. And that ends their service. And 22-16, 3 points away from another set point. As this time around it is Henard who is going to deliver that one. Tried to get out of that corner. It was Jal. One more hit, and they did get it across thanks to Herrera. And it is back over again to the Jal side. Once again, setting it up, but this time around, not jumping right or something, but Caden Lujan didn't hit that one, and it went right into the net. So 23-16, 7 points, but more importantly, 2 points away from that set point of set 2. Coming up again, Herrera this time just kind of dribbles it over. Smart move. Team wasn't expecting that one. In fact, trying to get it was, looked like that was Sidney Rice, unable to get underneath it for Tatum. And it goes back over to Jal, 23-17, 6 points difference is all we have on this one, as Talavera is going to deliver that serve. And it looks like it's just inside, as Tatum goes ahead and sets it up. Gets it saved. One more hit, and there it is. Gets it back across again. Aubrey Young to, and that goes out of bounds off the block. And that is going to be Dixon. And one more point, and we have our second set in the books. 24-17. Crowd right here, of course, is ecstatic. Want to see that one, as this time around looks like it is going to be Henard. Nope, not Henard. Dixon, who just got that last point, now is going to serve for set. And it is going to be set up by Rice, but blocked. 2 blocks. So once again, another setup for Tatum. Back to Jal, a little high there, but it's going to get to out. And just a little miscommunication, as Malicon isn't able to get it past, and then got blocked back into her, and then nobody knew how to play it. So that set is completed. 25-17, almost the same score as the first. Be back in just a moment right here on HobbsAmerica.com, whether you be watching Jal, whether you be watching it on Tatum. We'll be back in just a moment. right, we are back. So I get the scoreboard set up. And it's going to be Jal serving. Ace, as Aubrey Young wasn't able to get that one. And that is a point, early point for Jal. Welcome to set number 3. So we are underway. Speaking of 3. Oh, that was 7. Never mind. No, speaking of 3. That goes off the back of the hands of Yami. She knew it was hit wrong as it went up and to behind her. And well out of play for anybody else. So one and done basically are the Panthers, Lady Panthers. That was Darden serving just a moment ago. And now services Isabel Ramirez, able to get it across, and Jal able to play it. Looked like that was almost a kill, a light kill. Ends up being a kill because Jal couldn't handle it. And that was Villasenor who gave that hit back across. So once again, another hit for Tatum. 2-0 or 2-1 so far. As we go back, and that one just off Aubrey's hands. Tried to get it a little higher, but not able to. And none of the other young Lady Coyotes able to get to it. So we have a 2-2 tie. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ron Gunter. Thank you very much for being here. I am covering both Jal and Tatum. I have Max here for the camera, so let him. I'd have to be doing double duty, and you know that is tough. Speaking of which, here is another shot from, this time that is going to be Caden Lujan. And, of course, a point for Tatum. Aubrey Young once again setting up for another nice service. Goes into Abigail. Abigail back, and unfortunately, once again, not able to get the full amount of the ball on her hand, and hits it off her hand, shanks it, and it goes astray. 4-3 is what we've got for the score. 4-2, actually, is what we've got for the score. And Aubrey Young once again able to get it. Yes, Herrera able to dig it out. But it goes back to Herrera again, as on the other side, Aubrey Young is able to get it up. That is Hennard. And looks like it was pushed in by Tatum, but unable to get into it. And that was Acosta. Looks like that was, blocked by both Herrera and Rodriguez. So Tatum gets the ball, or Tatum loses the ball, goes back over to Jal. Jal serving, that is Yami Lujan. As it gets across, Aubrey is able to set it up. Oh, and that one looked like it was hit too hard, but no, Jal hits it instead. Aubrey gets it back. Once again, back and forth affair. That one was Villasenor. For Tatum, Villasenor once again setting it up this time around. That is a nice kill by Hennard once again. And we are now at 5-3. And it is Villasenor still serving for Tatum. And that one does, unfortunately, like you say, ball gets heavy after a couple of times, goes into the net, and will be an easy point for Jal. 5-4 in the third set. Tatum already up 2-0. Jal wants to get back into this game. They want to be able to win this one. Otherwise, they lose it. It's all over with. As this time around, it's going to be Talavera. Jal sets it up, gets it across by Hennard. And Jal is able to get it back across. Thank you very much to Malacone. And that goes into the wall. That's dangerous territory there. You could hit the wall and injure yourself, but luckily that did not happen. But it does make the game 5-5. Back to Jal. See, no injuries. Villasenor is still young enough to be able to not get it hurt, thankfully. At least not on that play. As another delivery from Talavera is going to go into the net. So back to another easy point for Tatum. And service goes back again. This time around, we've got a substitute. Looks like it's going to be DeLeo coming in, and out is going to be Ramirez. As that was Hennard who delivered that one across. Gets it back across. That was Yummy. And nice setup. See if you got one more hit in you. Yes, you do. But it comes back really fast, and so it almost looked like Jal wasn't ready for it, but they did. They did get it back across again. This time Sidney Rice trying to get the kill, did not work. And Jal going to go with a long one from, that was Lujan, Caden Lujan. Goes out of bounds. And we'll be going back to Jal again. So back and forth between these two teams. This time around, Herrera is going to be serving. And it is set up by Sidney Rice. And able to get that kill. Back on Tatum's side. And once again, another setup. This time around, looks like it might work, and it did. As it hit off of Herrera. And Yami Lujan tried to get it back, but just could not get it. It was too far out. And will be, once again, Allison Dixon serving. And that one goes right to Herrera. And then is set up and pushed over by Cohurst. And that was a net violation. No, actually 4 hits. So a 4-hitter for Tatum. And it is back to 7-7. Another tight game, as this time around it's going to be Malacone to serve. Gets it up, and Sidney Rice was just going to push it over there, but that net violation as she ended up having to go underneath. Although it seemed like it was a net violation before she did that. But either way, it would have been a net violation for Tatum. 8-7 now is the score, or yeah, that's what Adam would say too. 8-7. Oh, and nice little setup, but not high enough. That was off of Hennard, and nobody was able to get underneath it. So an easy point again for Jal. And that makes it 9-7. First lead they've had in a little while in the last 2 sets. Here we go again. Sidney. Nope. Yep. Sidney Rice is the one that hit that one. Almost got the kill, but instead 4 hits again. So Tatum has been hitting the ball just a little too much and being caught with it. So 10-7. And once again, Jal delivering that one. Ooh, nice dig out for Jal. Does that look like it was Rodriguez? No, Hernandez. And that one goes out of bounds for a Tatum point. Tatum will go ahead and serve. This time around, looks like a new one, Drannon Young. She's a junior. I said probably related to Aubrey Young, not the way I said the first time, but definitely a sister, as that one goes into the net. Could not get hit by Cohurst very well for Jal. We're back to a 1-point game in this set, third set. Tatum up 2-0. And nicely delivered near the back of the line as that one goes across and over and out. That was off the hands of Cohurst for Jal. And I believe there's going to be a timeout. Nope. Coach is just getting up. Wanting to talk to her troops. By the way, that is Coach Nicole Segovia. And that one goes out. So we now have a 10-10 tie. Tatum looking to expand that lead now, or get the lead and expand it, as they are still serving. And, oh, that was a terrible reaction. She knew she had something going on, Isabel Cohurst. Maybe she thought about it too long, but either way, Didn't swing at it at the right time, but by the time she did, she knocked it right to the ground. So 11-10, Tatum in the lead. And Jal still has plenty of opportunities to up. Yeah, that was another net violation. It was a nice hit by Darden, just landed on the line, and now we're going to get that timeout. We're going to take one as well, but no, we're not, because we're going to go ahead and talk about our sponsors because I don't have any sponsor spots. So let's talk about Jal sponsors. Talk about Full Co Trucking, Panther Drive-In, EP&S, Woolworth Community Library, Iron Horse Sports Grill, Lavelle Insurance, along with Mamacitas. Meanwhile, for Tatum, got the Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, EP&S, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lasco Construction, and Western States Insurance. Thank you both for our sponsorship. Without them, of course, we'd have to charge for this, and nobody wants to pay for games when you can see them for free. This game is now 13-10. Service is still going to be going strong by Jal, and that is by Danny Young. Oh, that could be considered an ace as he goes right off of Talavera and into the net. So third set, if Jal loses this one, then they'll lose the match as well. That one goes just to the left. It will be back to Jal. They'll be able to serve. And here's a substitution coming in. Speaking of which, let's see. Talavera goes out. Acosta goes in for Jal, as that one is going to be hit hard. Looked like that was Darden. And blocked. Looks like one of them, the blockers, was Cohurst. And yes, indeed, that is a point for Jal. Kind of looked like it was Villasenor who hit that one. But Villasenor gets it hit to her, and she moves just a little bit. It was out of bounds. Back to Tatum, and it's going to be 15-12. So Jal wants to get some points to be able to get this set, keep in the match as well, as that one is hit nicely for Tatum. It was by Ramirez, but Aubrey Young unable to get to it, kind of stumbled a little bit on that one. Missed her moment, and it hits the floor. And speaking of which, there is a substitution, not speaking of floor, hitting the floor, but coming in and serving right away is going to be Lujan, Caden Lujan. She is already up there, and it looks like it's going to be just a little bit over. Yep, got a little anxious. Sometimes that happens. 16-13, and this time around, Aubrey Young once again serving. See what she can produce this time. Get a couple of wins. That's her goal, but no. Unable to get it over the net. One of those situations where her height doesn't pay off on that one. So back to Yami Lujan. See if she can do any better on her serve. Gets it back over to Young. Young gets it up, and looks like it's going to be set up for Jal now, as Herrera is able to get it across. And looks like it's going to be Hernard who gets it back over to the Jal side. One more hit, and there it is for Malacone. And just inside. No, he said out. Huh. I thought for a second it was going to be in, but it looks like it is out. So instead of being a point for Tatum, no, actually, okay. So it is a point for Tatum, all right. So it was out, just looked like the reaction was wrong. And that one hit off by Yami Lujan, and just could not get anybody underneath it. It was really shallow. So nice, almost an ace right there from, I believe, Villasenor. Yes. And again, something happened on the breakdown of communication. And Jal just unable to get underneath the ball to make that one. So it's now 19-14, 5-point lead for Tatum, and 6 away from a match point. And that looked like it was blocked by Hennard. But in any case, another good defense as Jal put in Melancone, trying to get that to go over. Didn't quite make it. Looks like there may be a timeout if Jal loses another point. But Jal has a chance to be able to get in. That one off the hands of Acosta. And yes, there will be a timeout. Acosta hit that one right into the net. And it is actually a substitution instead. So we're looking at Natalie Riviera, in, and it is Cohurst out. So 4 away from the match point. As that one goes out of bounds, and yes, indeed, good for Tatum, bad for Jal, as that one goes out of bounds. 3 away, as it is Villasenor still serving for Tatum. See if she can continue it. Nope. Hit the net. Unfortunately, that weariness does catch up on you. And that will end that serving streak. Looks like another substitution coming in for Jal. This time, Olivia Ramirez going to be serving. Coming out is going to be Acosta. Let's see if we can get a fresh body in there and see what she can do for Jal. As that is set up, and Bernard is able to kill it with 2 defenders, and one of them was Natalie Rivera, and the other one looked like it was Melancone. I know, I keep saying it, everyone wrong. Substitution for Jal, by the way. Looks like it is Darden going out. Coming in is going to be Peyton Lujan, the freshman, as it is 23-15. And that one almost looked like it was both sides. In fact, it was touched by Natalie and then lost and ended up hitting the ground. So now we have match point already. Once again, first one 25-18, 25-17. Here comes Hennard with the serve as it goes across to Tatum, and that is going to be out of bounds. So that will save the match point and make it 24-16, basically 8 points, as coming out is going to be Lujan. Coming in is going to be, looks like Cohurst once again. So she's back on the line. So Cohurst, Melancone, and Ramirez. No, not Ramirez. But that one is served, and that is going to end up being the match point. So Jal came in wanting to get a victory. Tatum also. They both had losing streaks that they were dealing with. And Tatum comes out and sweeps this Jal Lady Panthers by a score of 3-0. So once again, 25-18, 25-17 in the final game, 25-16. So every time they were able to get more defensive on this Lady Panthers team. So that means that with this, it is going to be, let's talk about Jal. Jal is now 1-5 in the district. They are 9-10 overall for their record. They were ranked at this time at number 17, and now they have lost 16 sets and only won 6 because they didn't win any today. And they have won 34 and lost 38 sets. So now they're in the negative on that one for the season. Meanwhile, Tatum at number 10 is going to be at 4-2. And not sure about the other teams. Hagerman is playing Eunice right now. I know that, but I'm not sure about the update. Probably won't get it till later on. Sets won will be now 12 for Tatum. 8 losses on the sets. 10-7 is the record. And they will be at 33 sets won, 29 lost. So that will break their 2-game losing streak. And end up that will be it, looks like. And so swept the series, did Tatum against Jal. Coming up tomorrow for you sports lovers, Tatum Coyotes are going to be 5-4. They're going to be facing against the Melrose Buffaloes, 7 o'clock. Adam, Natalie, and Val are going to be there to cover the game. And on the other side, it's going to be Jal Panthers taking on the Eunice Cardinals. Eunice for football, that is. 5-3, Jal at 2 and 6, and that will be from Jimmy, Rosendo, and Charlie. So enjoy those. They'll be on the Tatum, of course, will be on the Tatum Sports for YouTube or on HobbsAmerica.com. HobbsAmerica.com also has coverage for Jal as well. And that should be pretty much the wrap-up. Once again, we have the final scores, 25-18, 25-17, and 25-16. Tatum gets the sweep of the series as well as district play against Jal. And next up for them, let's see, actually for Jal, their next game is going to be against Loving, and then that'll be at home, followed by a Halloween treat that will be taking them to Eunice to play them. So at least they should get an easy game in Loving. Loving hasn't won in a long time. Meanwhile, the Coyotes have to travel next week, starting with Hagerman, but then they get to travel to Loving. So they may have a not as scary trip as much as a fun trip. Enjoy the candy as well. Speaking of which, I want to thank everybody, including Adam, Natalie, Valerie, as well as would be Ava Slover, but she plays, so she's unable to do the broadcast. I would like to thank Tiff back at the station for being able to make sure that this goes over the air and does well. For myself, Ron Gunter, Max on the camera, and No Mark Broadcasting, we want to thank you guys for watching, and we will be back again on Tuesday, I believe. Well, Tatum won't be, but somebody is going to be on to broadcast a show, broadcast a game, and we're definitely going to be there. Oh, by the way, just so you know, tomorrow, Hobbs Eagles are going to be taking on Oregon Mountain, and that will be a big game. Both of them basically almost have the same record. In fact, actually, Oregon Mountain is having their last game, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out of that one. That will definitely help one of those teams in district. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be back again very, very soon.